It's another day heading into work for Brian Kulas, and it's no easy commute to get to his job as a banquet server. It's 160 kilometers, almost 2 hours, each way from his home in East Brunswick, New Jersey, to his job in Atlantic City. He doesn't do it by choice, but out of necessity. It's the only job he can find where he makes enough income to survive each month, but barely.
People, I don't always think, realize what it's like to have to live on half a penny. You know, I call it sometimes splitting pennies.
Brian is one of an estimated 125 million Americans who live paycheck to paycheck. It's now even made harder by rising inflation. For many years, the inflation rate in the U.S. hovered around 2%, but it's been steadily increasing this year to where it's now about 5.5%, the highest it's been since 1990. Food, rent, energy, new cars, those are the sectors that have seen the biggest price jump. And economists say it only takes a slight increase in inflation to cause a huge impact.
The perception that inflation is a problem could lead us to make some very bad choices in terms of the economy. If we, God forbid, raise interest rates right now while unemployment is still elevated, that could be a real economic disaster.
Anti-poverty advocates say inflation is only a small part of a bigger problem.
The income inequality that has been growing over the last few decades is really the key concern. We've had wage stagnation in this nation since the early 1970s, and wages have for decades not kept up with the high increases in costs of living.
For Brian, he faces a new challenge. His landlord raised his rent. He can no longer afford it, so he'll be evicted next month.
It's like taking the ground because I can't afford to live here. I don't belong here. You know, it's a really nice place, but I'm out, you know, only because I can't afford it.
He says if he can't find anywhere else to live, that car he drives to work will also then become his home. Gabriel Elizondo, Jazeera, East Brunswick, New Jersey.